Good morning. Welcome to GrainTV. I'm Kevin McNew. To my right, Cody Bills. Mr. Bills, tell us what's been going on in the grain markets last night.
Well, before we get into crop progress, I'm going to just go over the fact that Oil World did lower the soybean forecast for Argentina and Brazil, a combined 1.5 million metric tons. They lowered it down, Argentina 44, Brazil 65 million metric tons. So bottom line here is that is lower than the USDA estimates here. Crop progress came in and corn was just out of the gate roaring, 17% planted. You know, that is that actually came in on the low side of analyst expectations.
Yeah.
But I still think that this is one of the best ways we could get off to this growing season. I don't think that's going to weigh at all on the market this morning.
Right. I don't think you win the race by starting fast, but certainly it helps you get ahead. And so there's still a lot of growing season left, but the fact that we're 17% planted versus 5% normally, that's a big negative on the grain market, I think, for corn.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to have a little bit of rain here this week, so I think next week it won't be so explosive, but and that should delay a little bit of planting progress for the remainder of the week. However, you know, after that 6 to 10 day forecast looks very, very clear.
Right.
Looks like they could really get some planting done.
What about wheat? You know, wheat conditions are particularly good this year, aren't they?
Yeah, well, in terms of spring wheat, actually, we're 37% planted compared to last year. We were 37% planted a month from now. So we're well ahead in terms of spring wheat. And when you look at the winter wheat crop conditions, we're at 64% good to excellent, which is just huge considering last year we were only at 36%.
Right, and when you look at some of the key states like Oklahoma, Kansas, they're just really doing well this year. Oklahoma, 77% good to excellent versus last year, I believe it was 7% good to excellent. So rains have been good for the winter wheat belt in the south. That's going to lead, I think, to bumper crop potential for the wheat market this year.
So do you think this crop progress report, I know that we did only raise the good to excellent condition rating 3 points, but do you think that this report is going to weigh heavily this morning? Do you think we're going to be going lower here in the future?
I don't know that we're going to go sharply lower, but I think farmers have to be cognizant of the fact that this wheat market is shaping up to be very bearish. We're going to come back here in a little bit and look at the technical side of things. We're very close to support, but fundamentally we are looking at conditions that are shaping up to produce a large crop and lead us with large ending stocks for the 11-12 marketing year, close to 1 billion bushels compared to 790 million bushels right now. So farmers, I think you got to pay attention to this if you're growing wheat and really start to take some strategies to protect yourself.
And of course, if that's true, it's going to act like a lead weight around corn's neck as well.
That's right. You know, we know corn has some bullish sentiment in the old crop, but with heavy wheat supplies hitting the market in July, what's that going to do to July corn? You got to believe it's going to drag it down as well.
Yeah, we'll be back after a short commercial break. We'll take down the technicals of wheat and corn.
GrainHedge is more than just futures trading. Clients receive our cash grain optimizer showing spot and forward bids within 200 miles of your farm. We take into account your trucking costs to find your best selling opportunity. We provide in-depth basis mapping, historical basis and cash price charting. Every day we show you your best price and if it meets your profit goals. Contact GrainHedge today to get started.
Welcome back to GrainTV. The markets are trading live here. Corn is trading down 13 at 6.04 for the May contract. Beans down 19 at 14.06, and wheat down 8 1/4 at 6.07 1/4. Kevin, you know, you were talking about wheat. What do you see technically?
You know, wheat is really on a bearish fundamental standpoint, but on a technical standpoint, we just penetrated long-term support around 6.13 with July wheat futures trading right now around 6.12. We went below that support just a few minutes ago, but we've come back around it right now. You know, technically, that's a negative on this market. And Cody, how far back have we gone on that support level?
Well, I think the one thing that you got to pay attention to when you're looking at this chart is the fact that we have been trending down, and it seems after each large leg down, we consolidate for a period and then make another one. Here, it looks like we're starting to test the support, and if we go through and close below that level, we could easily take that next leg lower. But I think this support level is going to be a battleground for a couple of days here. I mean, it goes back to June of 2010 where we were trading around this level, and then again here December 2011,
right.
And now we're trading down around it. I don't think it's going to take a day to cut through this. I think we're going to chop around here a little bit, but I do think that the fundamentals and the technicals are there for this thing to move.
They are lining up to be bearish, very much so, and I think it's going to weigh on corn too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about corn here. We're trading at 604.25. Just today, we did dip a little bit below that, but I mean, just look at it. We've been bouncing around this range here, just ping-ponging around, and I just think that we get down around that level, we could find some support. But if wheat goes lower, it's just going to be so much harder for this thing to rally up to the top side of its range again.
Yeah, exactly. The one bright spot on the corn market, though, has been the basis, where basis has been strong all year long. However, on the U.S. average, we've seen that number sort of plateau out around that -10 number that you and I had talked about before as being sort of the upside for the corn market. But what we are starting to see is some premium markets start to heat up a little bit, especially in those key ethanol markets in Indiana, Illinois, Iowa. Those guys are really starting to scream for some more corn. They're driving up their basis. Here in the last couple of weeks, we've seen those Indiana, Iowa premium markets jump their basis by about 10 to 15 cents a bushel. I think this is an excellent chance for farmers to really start to get serious about marketing the last of their old crop corn, because basis is probably tapped out about right now.
Well, that sounds fair enough. Hey, if you're looking to re-own, if you're doing a re-ownership strategy, I mean, what would you be looking at?
I think really, if I'm a re-ownership strategy standpoint, I'd be looking at July. July is 8-cent discount to May futures. So farmers, take advantage of that strong basis, sell it now, get rid of it, re-own it with an 8-cent discount call option in the July futures. Give you a couple extra months to see if this market's got some leg to the upside.
Well, if you're shopping around for a call, we could set you up with a demo of the FireTip trading platform, and it gives you the ability to look at all the strike prices and the premiums that you'd be paying. So give us a call at 877-472-4607. We'd be happy to set you up with a demo. We'll see you on Thursday.